What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How is everybody doing out there in fish tank land? Today we're going to try to collect some more killifish eggs. I want to also start some new microworm cultures, and then we're going to try to feed Elliot again. Don't go anywhere. So in the last video that I did about my killifish breeding program, we had a male and a female together, and they did not give me any eggs in the spawning mouth. So we decided to switch out the males, put another male in with the female, and see what would happen. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the spawning mop and see if there's any eggs in that. So we can go ahead and get this spawning mop out of this tank. Check 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're gonna go ahead and get this spawning mop out of this tank. Like we did last time, go ahead and pull this thing out of here and put it into a cup so I don't get water all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna just lay this spawning mop down onto a cutting board real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and check it out and see what we got. I have been noticing that the male is kind of hiding from the female. I think she's being really aggressive, and I have a feeling that I'm not gonna find any eggs. I think I'm gonna have to just separate all three of them again and condition them a little bit longer. Okay, well that was pretty uneventful. I'm gonna go ahead and separate all of those fish, those three fish, the two males and the female, into separate tubs. In here in my kitchen rack, I have these cycled tubs here. These are shoebox containers, and I have the two males here. Actually, I'm sorry, I have the female down here, and I have the male. And then I have the other male that is still up in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and move him into this tub. I do a water change on all of them. I do water change 3 times a week on them. At a certain point, you want to go ahead and move some of that culture into a new container. The culture can get old after a while and eventually can crash. I have an older culture here. It's still producing microworms, but before this culture gets too old and actually crashes on me and dies or something like that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of it and I'm gonna add it to a new container. This has got some just old-fashioned oats in here. I don't like the oats to be too thick or too much water. I prefer drier over wetter. It lasts longer. And microworms do not like a really wet, soupy environment. So once this culture starts to break down, once the oats, which is really the substrate, starts to break down, it will get soupy. You can add some kind of powdered baby food or some kind of some potatoes to kind of thicken it up to make it last a little longer, but in the end you really just need to make a new culture. Okay, we're looking at the original culture here. There's definitely still a lot of life in here. You can see that when you're looking at the surface. This is real simple. We're just gonna go ahead and take about 4 or 5 scoops out of here, out of the first one, and drop it into the next one. Nice big scoop of the stuff right off of the surface. Most of these microworms are sitting right on the surface, and that's what we really want. Now I don't want to take everything out of this container because I have 2 new deli containers that I want to culture with this one, so I want to make sure I save some of the good culture off to the surface for the next container. So now I get a whole bunch of it in here. I'm going to go ahead and just spread it around the surface. Spread it all around the surface, just kind of evenly. Cover up all that fresh new oats that we have there. Now that it's covered all over the surface, just like that, the oats is really just the kind of the substrate, or that the microworms are living in. The real food is going to be this Fleischmann's active yeast. So what I want to do is just take and put a little sprinkle of this. Just a little sprinkle on the surface, not too much, just like if you're sprinkling salted pepper on the surface, that'll do it. And you do that about once a week or so. And the true final thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that the lid to this deli container has some holes in it. Now you don't want bugs, different kinds of fruit flies and things to get into this container and lay their larvae, lay their eggs and things like that. So what I like to do is just make some little slits, not too big and not too many. Too much air could dry out your culture in a certain way or cause something on the surface and let other bacteria in. But I just do maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. 4 is really all you really need, honestly. You just want to make sure there's some gas exchange. It's really that simple, honestly. You know, you can get a culture like this on Amazon, or you can always find it probably through a fellow hobbyist. And you just have to keep the culture going. I think that's the big thing. If people don't watch their cultures, they don't take care of it, they don't make sure that they transfer the culture, you know, at least once a month, once every month and a half probably, depending on what you choose to use for food and what you choose to use for the substrate for your microworms. Some people like to use other things. This is just how I do it. This is what works for me. So I have 2 more microworm cultures ready to go. Some of you guys know I do have a guest coming to visit this weekend, so I'm trying to get all of my tanks ready, trying to get my house ready for a little bit of a sleepover. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys around the room just a little bit and show you some of the stuff going on. You guys know that I got my guppies over here in the corner. I've got the blackwater tank going really nicely. Of course, some of you have probably seen the video. If not, it was probably the last video that I've done, is this beautiful escape that I'm working on. There's a lot of awesome stem plants in the back that are gonna grow out. I just can't wait for that. Really stoked about this tank. I was really happy to get to do it. I've been waiting to do something new with that bow face tank. Elliot, you're got on my last nerves tonight, unfortunately. He'll eat when he wants to. His food is sitting right here, and I'll watch it. If he doesn't get it by tomorrow morning, I take it out of there. We've got the yellow King Kongs doing good in here. I love this Ludwigia that's going on in the back. It's seeming pretty healthy, but the yellow King Kongs are doing pretty good. If you guys have checked out my Instagram, people are really liking my videos of those yellow King Kongs on Instagram. But the Paludarium's doing well. All of my Bucephalandra are super happy in the back. We've got this planted tank down here that is just always happy. It's an easy one. The leucistic guppies are doing well. Everybody's happy in here. I moved my the Coolie Loach into here. He's a little spastic and nutty, but he does well with the guppies. And over here, this is just my, you know, plant quarantine tank. Kind of a little bit of a mess. Nothing special going on in there. We go to the kitchen and check out everything in here. We do have the blue tetras doing their thing. This tank is empty now. Unfortunately, we lost Puzo Lente. Had passed on us, so this tank is empty, and we got some plans for that this weekend, and you guys will have to check out some videos for that. We have my 4th tank of blue tetras. I still don't have any fry action going on in there. And then we just have this tank over here, which is going to be a quarantine tank. Well, not a quarantine tank. This is going to be a fry grow out tank for blue tetra fry. But I'm quarantining some spiralis, Balasinaria spiralis in here just for a little bit before I take it to the pet store. You know, just kind of do some plants for profit so that I can maybe buy some fish food or something. Everybody's doing well. This whole Lazy Susan has turned into kind of like an experimental rack where I've just been keeping cultures on it in the light, little things that I'm working on and isolating. And I've just been having fun with the whole Lazy Susan under a light thing. I cannot lie, I am really excited about the guests that I have coming this weekend. I look forward to having some fun with this person, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys. So I'm just kind of getting everything ready, get this whole house ready. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I look forward to some other content coming out in the future here. Some fun stuff coming up this weekend for me. And but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all of you that like, comment, and share on all of the content. It means so much to me. And remember guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.